has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free.
Okay, next question.
I'm a horse football coach right now.
You know, it got shoved up. It got shoved. Right?
All right. Anyways, on to USC. Oh boy, the Tigers just gave up a couple more runs. On to USC here. 11 p.m. Central, 11 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. Central. Obviously, a late start. I believe the Spartans get in tomorrow, so they should have some time to adjust the body clocks. I think we've probably hit this topic quite a few times, but like, how big of a deal do you guys think that time of the game makes for us? I mean, to me, it's a bigger hurdle than I would hope, but also that's because I'm scarred because of all of our performance in the West Coast.
Yeah,
but to me, it just feels like a huge disadvantage for the Spartans.
I mean, it's been almost 70 years since we won a game out there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
we're due, I guess. But this. I'm not I'm like I said last week, I'm not a fan that we have to do it, although I'm gonna find it as a really, really funny bit for other Big Ten teams. It's just I want to say it's not a big deal, but it is. It's like to me, playing a game, it doesn't really matter. But at the same time, you got all the travel, all that, all the preparation, everything changes and everything. So. And clearly we haven't been very good at that for the past almost 70 years. So it definitely means something.
70 years is a long time. That's a heavy sample size.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's only like 15 games, but that's still,
that's enough.
More than a season's worth of games. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just getting worse with all the West Coast teams that came into the Big Ten. So, I've always said it's not a big deal, but it seems like it is for us for whatever reason. I don't have an answer for it other than I guess it's a big deal.
Yeah. Yep. No, I'm with you, Nicky. Going into this one, where's your head at? What are you? Is there anything you're optimistic about, and what are your concerns?
Man, it's tough because there's pretty much any team that is a brand name the past 3 years was just you're done watching it after the first quarter.
Yeah.
And, with the game so late, that sounds like it might be a blessing, but we just can't anymore. Like, you hire a new coach, you gotta show me something. Like, you gotta I do think that the time is almost a built-in excuse because it is tough. I mean, even like Minnesota losing at Cal, Boston College losing at Stanford last week. Like, that seems to have been an issue the past couple years with all these new coast-to-coast teams. But, like, again, you got to show me something, Jonathan. Like, you're a West Coast guy. You know how USC – you've game planned against USC many times.
Yeah.
Maybe Lincoln Riley once or twice. Like, you just have to show that you aren't a doormat.
Yeah. You got a chance to make a statement in conference play, and we've talked several times off the air. This feels like if we win this game, it's like that Miami game in 2021. It's getting catapult the rest of the season.
Yeah, a big show me something game, I think, for sure. And look, I don't think the expectation is to win here. I mean, they're 17.5 point underdogs, but like to your point, Nick, it can't be over by the first quarter. I would like the game to be within reach in the third quarter. And I just want to see a game. If they lose, by a touchdown, I'm not going to lose too much sleep. I'm not expecting them to win here, but I want to see.
Well, you are actually going to lose sleep, but that's going to happen regardless.
True. That's true. Travis, who are the names on USC that we should be aware of that we need to look out for?
Yeah, I mean, everything starts with Jaden Mayava, the quarterback, UNLV transfer, I believe it is. Only had 1,200 passing yards last year. I think he was a part-time starter last year, and he lit up Texas A&M in their bowl game.
Mm-hmm.
Decent runner, under recruited, but good player. And he is so far this year. USC has the second best scoring offense at 55 points per game, and the top total offense, and he is 5th in the country in passing yards right now, right behind Boston College's Dylan Lonergan, and then there are 3 other guys that have 1,000 yards already. So, and he's only just over 200 passing yards away from his total of all last season through 3 games. So that's not great for our passing defense. He also has no interceptions and leads the country in QBR. So, pretty tough quarterback we're up against. They've got 3 running backs. I don't have their names written down off the top of my head, but they've all got they're a more balanced offense this year. They've all got at least 150 yards and 2 touchdowns each. So that's something I got to deal with. Their receivers, Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane, are both top 50 in receiving yards this year. Jacoby Lane was what killed Texas A&M in the Las Vegas Bowl last year. I think he had like 3 touchdowns in the 4th quarter or something like that, something insane. And then Mekhi Lemon is 10th in the country in receiving yards and receiving touchdowns. So
nice.
It's a challenge. They're also 17 for 18 in the red zone this year. So gotta hold them away from the 20 scoring in general. I believe 9 of those were it's either 9 or 12 for touchdowns, something like that. There's a lot. Yeah, their offense is 6th in passing offense, 17th in rushing offense.
Yep.
However, their defense is susceptible to some plays. It's kind of looking at the metrics, it measures up with Purdue and Wisconsin, so maybe there's some help there. They're also one of the most penalized teams in the country. So that we talk about how much penalties have hurt us. They have a lot more. So if you're looking for bright spots, that's where you got them. It's a Lincoln Riley defense. I mean, we know what to expect from his offense with the Kyler Murrays, the Baker Mayfields, the Caleb Williams. It's a somewhat mobile quarterback that can sling it down the field, and some receivers. And, it's basically an air raid attack. And honestly, that scares me with the secondary that we have.
Yeah. I mean, their offense against our defense is daunting. To put it in more perspective, with Trav, you talked about number 1 total offense, number 6 passing, 17 rushing, 55 points per game. They're averaging 604 yards per game, 364 passing, 240 rushing. Comparatively, you said they average 55 points per game. MSU's averaging 37.3 points per game, which is honestly pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not worried
that average 19.
I'm honestly not worried about our offense in this game.
Yeah, but
the other side of the ball is terrifying.
Yeah. They're 604 yards per game. MSU is averaging 387, so like 50%.
Yeah,
a little over. Turnover ratios, they're +5. MSU -1.
Like I said, he hasn't thrown a pick yet this year.
Yeah, it's a tall order for the defense, I think. Nicky, what do you think an MSU win looks like? I think there's 2 ways MSU could win this game. Not that I think they will, but I think there's 2 ways. But I wanted to get your thoughts first.
Yeah. So, look, the good thing about our defense being bad is that it doesn't matter how good their offense is. Like they're gonna score. They're gonna score a pretty good amount. They're gonna put up points. Yeah. Obviously, you got to just control time of possession. Like what you're saying, kind of the worriness about it being 30 minutes with us in Youngstown State. If that's just how it is with every game for us, if we can just kind of slop it up and have similar time of possession, and just, I mean, USC wanted Childs before they wanted their guy. Let's just prove there's a reason why he's a better QB. We gotta just put it on the offense's back and play him.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna say, a little sloppy moppy. That was one avenue I saw for Michigan State win is just a shootout, and whoever has the ball last, or whoever can come up with a stop or 2, or hold the team to a field goal. The other one is, you mentioned it too, keep the offense on the field as much as you can, control time of possession, which is going to be tough if Frazier doesn't play. I think Tulis is a fine running back. I just get really nervous with him pass blocking. I think the biggest drop off between the two.
It's bigger, more physical, harder to take down, I think. But
you would think he'd be better at pass blocking, but
I'm sure he is. He's just had some bad moments that had been at the bad time because they asked, I think they asked Lindgren about that this week, and he was saying like we're impressed with him in practice. It hasn't worked in the game yet. So
yeah, well,
you got to figure that one out.
Yeah, you got to figure that one out fast. Yeah. Welcome to college.
Yeah. It would be really helpful if Marsh and Frazier could go. Honestly, I would take one of the two. If I could have one, it probably would be Marsh. But I think too, they have to play a full game, and they have to get off to a good start, because if you get down 14-0, 17-0, it's really hard to come back against that with our defense. But they need to play a full game. You have to play both halves and execute. Can't play the first half well and then come out flat in the second half, or even vice versa. It's not going to work. And then I talked about earlier, it's okay to give up, first downs. The bend don't break defense can work in this game. If you can hold them to field goals in the red zone, we think our offense can score points. If you could just, a stop here, a stop there, a field goal instead of a touchdown, I think that would be huge. I always say turnovers as well. But Travis, anything additional in terms of what what would be needed for a Spartans victory?
Just think physicality, I guess, overall. That I always go back to the offensive line play, but it's much more than that. I just think, USC, especially defensively, doesn't really have a history of being that physical team, at least a recent history, considering the way the Pac-12 was built and all that. So that's always something that you want to look at in the Big Ten, because comparatively, it's just been very different between the two leagues. And just everything I've said is stay ahead of the chains and don't put our offense in positions where it's got to convert these 3rd and 15s, 2nd and 17s, all that. You want the offense to have as many manageable plays as they can in a game against an offense like this.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be I hope it's going to be a good one, but there is a chance it could get ugly. You just look at their offensive stats, and it's, like I said earlier, it's daunting. Now, looking at their schedule, they beat Missouri State 73-13.
Okay, that's worse than Youngstown and.
Yeah, no, I agree. They beat Georgia Southern 59.
Missouri State's an FBS team now, but
yeah. Purdue, they only won 33-17.
Yeah.
And I think Michigan State's a better team than Purdue. Now, that was on the road. The game also started 3 hours later because of lightning or weather. But if Michigan State can hold them to 33, that's a lot of points still. But there's an okay chance. You got a chance.
Yeah. No, the caveat to that is the USC guys on the podcast, on the College Huddle podcast, were telling me that USC had a little bit of an issue, kind of like our West Coast issue with going to the Eastern time zone and doing that. So they finally got that monkey off their back. So maybe it's a sign we're going to get our monkey off the back. But
that would be great.
It's just I keep coming back to that passing game over and over, just because they're so good, and then we're 119 out of 134 in pass defense. And it's pass defense. Yeah, it's just such a great matchup for them that it's got nightmares coming a few days before the game.
Yeah, I know. I agree. It's a matchup nightmare for sure.
That being said, a win.
I was just going to ask.
The H word's getting used with Child.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
We get 2 weeks at least of just him being mentioned in the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
I would think.
Yeah, I agree. I was just going to ask what do you guys think a win does for the team? I know we've likened it to Miami 2021. That's probably the best. I think the best comparison I could truly make, or it would really be a stepping stone win, I think.
Yeah, you probably see us starting to get some votes in the top 25 too.
I would think so.
We would be ranked, I think.
I don't think we'd be ranked. They're only 25.
I think it depends how good, how good the win was. Like if we went out and won, like held them to like 10 points or something.
I would think we'd have to win by like 3 touchdowns.
Oh, come on!
I think the defense would have to play a lot better.
On the road, we would have beaten 2 Power 5 teams. Other teams are going to lose.
Considering that's just considering we haven't even received a vote yet this season.
No, I think it's fair, Trav. Yeah. I think it's fair.
Yeah. If we were already receiving votes, then yes, I would say it would put us in the rankings. But we haven't gotten an AP vote all season, and we know half these voters aren't watching these games anyway.
They are not, especially not at 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
We didn't really talk about expectations. I know it's a week by week team. Nicky, you've said it all year.